Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today, as you all can see, I am right here in my container garden, guys. Of course, like I said, and I'll keep on reminding you all about it, that I am going to take all of you all that's a subscriber and watching our channel on this container journey right here, guys. I have planted containers before. It is nothing new. It is, and it's not as hard as you think it is. There's just a couple of steps that you have to keep up with as far as your watering. If you notice that your soil is draining out too fast, you want to go ahead and take care of that. Whether it may be you put in a piece of pan or something that can catch that water from draining out too fast. Once you put that pan on the bottom, what will happen? The dirt will absorb the water from the bottom, therefore it will stay more moist. All right, and that is what you want when you're planting, whether it may be veggie, anything you're planting. You want to keep your soil moist, guys. You don't want to keep it saturated. That causes root rot and all that different kind of stuff. And if you're a gardener, you know we don't want root rots, because what comes with root rots is dead plants. Real quick before I get started, my son came on over here, guys, and pretty much took over one of my container. And you know what, as a father, I had to go ahead and let him take that container over, guys, because him coming out here and we are growing together, he is learning together. I've noticed that he wants to plant as well, which has always been that way. But this right here, guys, is my son little container that he have been going around in the garden, pulling stuff up that is popping up from out of nowhere and planting them. But this right here, as you see, is just went through a little bit of shock, but it is bouncing back. And so I'm going to help him out by pulling those dead leaves off. This looked like some kind of wild onion or something he done went out and picked. This right here is a carrot that the seed fell in the row. He came and planted. So we're going to see how his little container garden goes so far, guys. I am excited that he is out here to go ahead and, hey, playing the dirt like his father. I don't know what's going on with the chickens right now. And we're back. Chicken's gonna do what chicken's gonna do. So real quick, guys, we're going to just plant some tomatoes. Now these tomatoes don't look the best, they're not the greatest, but we're going to plant them anyway to see how we go about taking care of them in the container, guys. So real quick, this was some tomatoes I came on out and planted this morning inside of this container, and I'm going to show you what they're looking like and how I'm going to plant them. So come on along, let's go. Okay, guys, and so here we are next to this container right here. Now, if y'all been watching, if you haven't seen the video, me making the dirt, mixing the dirt to go inside of these container right here, guys. When it comes to mixing dirt, I'm not going to, of course, you know, I'm here to plant, but when it comes to mixing dirt, you pretty much want something that's going to be real nice and well drained for your plants. And this right here is pretty much right at that medium where I want it. And also it will retain that water, guys, because a lot of times, like I said, with planting in containers, you water them plants and that water, you see, it's just, that's a problem. It's be running out down here on the drain hole. That is a problem that you need to fix. What you can also do, you can get some dirt. If you're on your balcony, now that may be of an issue because it would be real messy, but like me out here planting, if I'm watering and I'm having a lot of water running out of these pots, simply I'll come on in with some dirt around the drain holes, so that way that water don't drain out too fast, guys. And also, if you're mixing your dirt and you want to add a little bit more fluff to it, you can put in some perlite. You can also get you some cocoa coir or peat moss. That way you can have a real nice fluff in your dirt. But what I'm also going to do is, I think I'll let you stick around and I'll take you on that, because I'm giving away a little bit of quite a bit of tips away already. So just stick with me, and what I'm going to also do is show you the next step, what I'm going to do to keep this dirt real nice and loose, and it will stay fluffy once my friends get in here. So stay tuned and I'll take you all along with me on that there, guys. So right now I have these tomatoes. Like I said, they do not look the best, okay? If y'all see right here, real nice, long and leggy, all right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pluck that leaf right there. And so what I'm going to do here right now, guys, is pretty much get some of this dirt out of this pot here, okay? Because I am going to have to dig a pretty deep hole, and I don't want that dirt rolling back down in the hole. So I'm going to take a little bit, put that to the side for later. And so what I'm going to do now is pretty much dig a nice size hole, just like that right there, guys. And so what I have here is some oyster shells. Now remember that manure that I mixed in here do have quite a bit of eggshells in there as well, guys. Now I'm using this oyster shell right here. Now the thing about it, the downside with this oyster shell right here is that it's still in a big form, and it take a time for it to break down, guys. But I'm going to put them in anyway. That is just the way how I have been doing it for quite a while, and it works. I'm not going to go ahead and put any fertilizer in here just as yet. Simple reason why, we still have all that chicken manure inside of this soil, and I don't see any you know, as far as thick root system on here. So I'm not going to tickle the feet. I'm just going to go ahead and sit them right down in here. Now I dig this hole deep like that, guys, because this plant is so long. Now what's going to happen, if you notice with tomatoes, they have little pores on them right there. As y'all can see those pores, guys. Once I put it that deep down in there, and over a period of time, all those little pores that you see on that tomato is a potential for all those to be roots. Okay, so it's not going to hurt this tomato at all planting it this deep down into the soil. All right, so we're going to now go ahead and backfill it. All right, we don't have to really backfill it all the way up just as yet, because I'm still planting. Okay, so we're going to leave it right there like that, and I'm going to put 3 plants inside of here. Now I know that is kind of a bit of an overkill, but guess what? You have to remember, guys, we're doing container gardening, and one of the thing is, when you're planting in container, you don't really have that much space, and so you have to sometime just go ahead and make do with what you can, with what you have at the time, so it can work for you. All right, now usually I'll probably, if I was gonna, you know, of course we're doing container gardening, but what I would do, I would probably put 2 plants in here, but I'm going to do 3. You know, what kind of plants are these? So these tomatoes here are Roma tomatoes. Okay, and as y'all can see, that is the reason why also I don't like to start my tomato plants too early on the inside, because of this same problem right here, guys. See how leggy they are? That's why I don't like to start them too early on the inside. All right, and what I'm also, just stay tuned, stay tuned. All right. Okay. And so what I'm doing right now, because like I said, these tomato plants do look a bit rough. I'm actually looking for the best ones out of the bunch. I think this one right here will do. All right. And what I'm also doing is kind of turning that root ball down there to the side a little bit, just so I can get a little bit more growing space as well, guys. And I think this one I'm going to go a little bit deeper with it. Simple reason why, just don't like the way how the top look on that. All right, so pretty much what we're doing here, we're going to be bringing these tomato plants back to life, guys. All right, and I want y'all to stay tuned with me. Y'all see what these tomatoes look like when I planted them, and we're going to see what they look like later on. Stay tuned. All right, just go ahead and backfill this soil in here. Just like that. All right. Now, one of the things, oh, look at that. One of the things with these tomato plants right here as well, guys, you want to make sure that you're pruning those bottom leaves off those tomato plants, okay? That's how your tomato plants most of the time will catch diseases, because those bottom leaves is on the dirt, and whenever you water, it's being splashed on, and so that's how your tomato will catch different kind of disease like that. Okay, so that's one of the things also to keep in mind. I'm just going to give these here some water later on. Well, when I get through, give them some water so they can go ahead and spruce up, guys. All right, so that is it right there for planting these tomatoes right here. What we're going to go ahead and do right now is also plant some beets, guys. We're going to take you all along with us right now on that as well. So come on along and let's plant some beets. Okay, and so here I am getting ready to plant these beets. Now we have some Detroit red and also some Cylindra beets here, guys, that we're going to get ready to plant. Now this right here is a bigger container, and as y'all can see, this is just a pan right here, guys, that I am planting in. So when it comes to container gardening, if you don't have pots like this right here, and you can get your hands on some other kind of material that you can plant in. You can even make boxes out of wood, guys, scrap wood. You can make containers out of those as well. Like I touched on the video the other day, planting in tires, you know, that will work as well. And you know what? Thinking about it, I might even bring a couple of those tires that I have down there and put them right here, just so we can give that example that it doesn't matter, as long as you can sit some dirts in there and you have some drainage holes, you can plant, guys. So there shouldn't be no reason why you don't have a little garden in your backyard. So come on, what we're going to go ahead and do, I just poured some dirt on here, so I won't be able to show you the example, but right here we just had some rain. Now this is stuff I want you to note, guys, and I could do this here in different section in different videos, but because I want you to get that jump start to get outside and get in the dirt and start planting, I'm going to share these tips with you right now. So we just had a rain just the other day. This is the dirt that I mixed, and right now I'm going to peel that back. I'm going to feel it. Feels pretty cold to me. It's early in the morning. As the day goes, it will warm up. But guys, like I said, if you mix that compost like I showed you, you should be just fine. So we had some rain the other day, and what I'm going to do, because the dirt got compacted, and that's the thing when you plant your seedlings that you want to also keep in mind. Whenever you have a rain or anything like that, you want to come on in and aerate around the roots of your plant, guys. Just like this right here, aerate around the roots of your plants. What that does, it helps oxygen to get down there to those roots, because these plants is almost like humans. We need oxygen to breathe, to live. And these plants, they need oxygen as well. So with you coming in and you are aerating around that root of that plant, what that does, it gives the plant a better chance for surviving. All right. So that right there, guys, is what I'm going to do over here for these beets, is pretty much loosen that dirt up. All right. And this, you know what, this is some beautiful dirt. It ain't quite, it's good, but I got one more step that I need to take with this dirt. And like I said, I want y'all to stay tuned for that next video, what we're going to do so that these pots can come to even more life. All right. All right, that right there look like it's pretty good for the most part. Now what I'm going to do is just like this right here, just fan that dirt on around. And like I said, I like to build my pots up to a real nice level. And guys, it's good. It's good to have your pot build up. The more dirt you have in here, the better your roots are going to be overall, because you have to remember, these pots do have a bottom. It's not like they're just growing in straight dirt where the roots can go wherever they want to go. So with you building them up high enough, that give your roots more places to strive. And plus, as time goes on, this soil will drop. You have to remember that. Just like with the rainfall, and that did drop a little bit from all that air pocket that was in the dirt. So keep that in mind. All right. So now that is pretty much it. Now what we're going to do, guys, is pretty much make a couple of farrows for these beets. Now, because we want to get the most out of this pan right here, we're going to cut it real close to the side right there, and another right there. So we're gonna have a spacing from this beet row to here right at about 6 inches. All right, and just like that, right at about 6 inches. All right, and so now we're getting ready to plant our beets, and that is it right there. Look at that, my hand is pretty clean, right? So what we're going to do, we're just going to sprinkle a few out in my hand, and that right there should do it. That might be a little bit of an overkill, because you have to remember, these beets now, there's like more than one plant inside of one beet seed. Okay, so we're just going to now give a sprinkle. Right there in that farrow. And sometimes with these beet seeds, what I like to do, I like to sprinkle a little bit more than normal inside of the farrows. Simple reason why, not all your beets, not all of them will germinate, okay? And so that's why sometimes you want to put a little extra inside, just so that way, if some don't germinate, you know, you still have a little bit.
Wait a minute, we got another variety.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you want to put these back in the bag?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just to give it some contrast.
Yeah. All right.
And this is our first time growing the Cylindra beets, the long cylinder shaped one.
And I think these ones that we have planted over there, we didn't have a great germination rate out of these. Is those the ones? You know, they didn't really do so well for us.
Well, actually, they did. Well, not in the first row. You're right.
Oh, these are the ones in the first row.
I think so.
Oh well, if that's them, then they did pretty good. They did pretty good.
I can confirm that once the tops come up, because you see how pinkish red they are. I believe that's what they were.
All right, guys. So now that we have those beets in the ground, all right. So what we're going to do now, and this really, guys, is more so for beginners. Okay, if you a gardener, you've been out there and you've been gardening, and you know, hey, if you're watching, that's fine too. But you know, hey, we're just going over these stuff for beginners here. And so what I'm going to do right now is pretty much pinch that dirt a little bit. So I'm just gonna, I don't think I have enough in here. I'm just going to pinch that dirt back just like that. Not too deep. We don't want to go too deep, okay? Because we still want these right here to be able to have, you know, be able to push up out of the dirt. So we're just barely pinching. And once they germinate and get to a certain height, we'll also come in and kind of push a little bit of that dirt back to support them. Because if y'all plant beet before, you know sometimes those beets, the roots, the stem structure is a bit leggy. It gets a bit long, and the beet will tend to fall over. The plant will fall over like that. So you'd have to kind of come on in and push a little bit of soil around them to keep them upright. All right. So that right there, guys, is it for planting those beets. Now what I'm going to do is give it just a little gentle tap right on the top of these beets right here, these beet seeds right here, just so that we can make good contact with the soil. All right, you want those seeds making good contact. Now the next step, what you would want to come on in and do is just water those beets on in. That's what I'm going to do with those plants in just a moment that I just planted. And so far, guys, pretty much that is it on the beets. Now I want to show you something real quick, what's going on with this plant right here. Now this right here is a plant that I had on the inside. I brought it outside. Simple reason why, it just needed, well, if y'all can see on the leaf here what's going on, it got a little bit of yellowing going on the leaves. I want y'all to leave a comment in the description box below. Let me know what's going on with this plant right here, guys. All right, I know what's going on with it, but I want y'all to kind of help me out.
You want them to guess.
Yeah,
What they think.
yeah, guess what you think what's going on with it, and just drop a description, a comment in the box below, and tell me what's going on with it. All right, so pretty much that is it right there, guys. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. Now you see that little smile I got on my face, right? Put a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, and you be blessed. I'm gonna tell you something about this smile right here, guys. When you see me smiling, it's a genuine smile. Sometimes there may be things that is even going on at the time, but you know what? I am still smiling. I am smiling because I could not be before you smiling, but because the Father spared my life and woke me up this morning, start me on my way. He clothed me. I'm in my right mind. I got food in my belly. That's why I smile. Even in times when I may be feeling a little hurt, for whatever reason. You know, we all have our moments, right? And I still put a smile on my face because if my countenance is happy and I'm cheerful, you may even be going through something. And just because I have that smile on my face will cheer you up. And so that's why most of the time when you see me, these cheeks, they're always smiling, guys. And I just want y'all to have a blessed day. You be happy, you be blessed. Like I said, get outside, get in the dirt, and plant your food and reap the benefit of your labor. We'll go into it a little bit more, but guys, this is us. This is what we supposed to be out doing, tending to the garden, raising our animals. I don't know if you can see my goats. They're back there. I got them out grazing this morning. But that is what it's supposed to be all about. All right? I want y'all to have a blessed day. And I pray y'all took something away from this here today, guys. Stay tuned. We'll even get into it a little bit more later on down as we grow, and we're going to grow, grow, grow. You be blessed, be happy, have a blessed day.